Okay, next one, guys, runtime, guys. Runtime only. The runtime only configuration allows us to declare what? Dependencies that are not needed at what time? Compile time, but will be available at what time? So similar to what? Meven's runtime scope. Similar to what? Meven's runtime scope. Are you getting my point here, guys? It is very much similar to Meven's runtime scope or not there, guys? Okay. Yeah, now listen. You take JDBC driver file. JDBC driver jar. They are not required at what? They are not required at compile time. They are required only at runtime or not. Are driver class loading, driver class activation, everything happens at what time, guys? Right. We don't need such jar at what? Compile time. Okay, we use something log4j related jar file. SL4j related logging jars are there. They are also required at runtime or compile time or runtime. So we can take runtime only as the scope or not there. The runtime configuration allows us to declare dependencies that are not needed at what? Compile time, but will be available at runtime. Similar to Meven's compile scope. An example is again what? SLF4J, where we include what? SLF4J API to the implementation configuration and an implementation of that API like what? SL4J, log4j, logback to what? Runtime only configuration. What configuration, guys? Yeah, tell me, guys. Here what? MySQL jar also same story now, guys. JDBC driver related jar file like what? OJDBC 12.8 n.jar file or MySQL connector version jar file required only at what? Runtime. That means not required at what time? Compile. And it is available. Runtime. Leaks to consumers compile time? No. Leaks to consumer runtime? Yes. Included artifact? Yes. Included artifact what? Yes. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on. Super. Tell me. Runtime. Leaks to runtime? Yes. Leaks to consumer runtime? Yes. Included artifact. Okay. This. Okay. These are related to process. Jars related to project development, guys. But there are scopes related to what? Test implementation. Similar to implementation, but dependents declared with the test implementation are available during compilation and runtime of the test. Only while running what? Unit testing code. Only while compiling what? Unit testing code. Their visibility will be there or not there, guys. We can use it for declaring dependency to testing framework, JUnit Marketo, that we only need during test. They are not required in development. Should not be available at what? Production mode. They are visible only in testing of the project or not there. When available, test compile time, test runtime. Leaks to consumer compile time? No. Runtime? No. Include in project? No. Because these are required only in what? Testing time, guys. Test compile only, guys. What is there? Test comp. Similar to compile only, but dependence declared with the test compilation only available during compilation of test, not what? A runtime. I cannot think about specific example, but there may be some annotation processor similar to Lombok API that are only relevant to what? Test. Okay, guys. Compile time there will leaks into this one. Test runtime only. Are the jars that are required during testing runtime, not every time. During testing what? A runtime. An example will be declaring what? JUnit Jupyter engine. Are other day to work with JUnit suite, test suite. We added an extra jar file, guys. That is required only at runtime, that too test suite time. So such jar file can have what? Test runtime only scope or not there. We can happily have test runtime only scope or not there, guys. Dependencies compile only, test compile only. We can add like this now, my dear. Build.gradle. Build.gradle. Build. What? Gradle. Okay, nowadays we are also using build.gradle.kts also, my dear. If it is Kotlin base, you can go for what? This one. This is lengthy version. Group ID. Name, artifact ID. Version. What is there? Version. Build.gradle.kts. Build.gradle.kts. What's there? Build.gradle.kt. mvnrepository.com. What's there? MVN repository here. Spring context. Search for Spring context support. There. Select the version 7.0. Select the version count. Here Kotlin based. That's fine. Like this, we can mention the scopes are not there. Okay. Now tell me, total how many scopes are there? Total how many scopes are there? Total 6 scopes are there. What are those? 6 or 7? I think 7 are there. I think. Okay. Let me check. Implementation, API, compile only, runtime only, 4 for source code development and execution. Yeah, when it comes to this, guys, test implementation, test compile only, test runtime only. Yes or no, guys? Okay, in that one, what is the most regularly used one in source code development environment? Implementation. What's the most regularly used in unit testing environment? Test implement. Though these many are there, we generally deal with what? These two. But is there any word called dependency scope terminology in Gradle? No. They have a given terminology as what? Dependency scope. Sorry, dependency configuration. They are giving these terminologies as what? Dependency configuration. Okay, tell me, guys. In Gradle, do you have any archetype creation concept, guys? Is there any archetype? No. Then how can we make this project is standalone project or web application, something? Okay, based on the plugins that we use.